Street Stocks coming up next. 2 heat races for the Street Stocks. Then it'll be the Texas Dirt Truck Series. 777, James Honish. On the pole, 56, Drake Pruitt. Inside row 2, 39, Chase Ellison. Outside, 3D Darrell Rhodes. Inside row 3, 716, Trey Votaw. 18K, Tommy Honey. I think that's the first time I've ever said that name. Tommy Honey. Lights are out, 8 times around. Guys and girls at home getting some good drone footage every once in a while when that gets up in the sky. Here we go. Green flag, green light off and running. Honish is going to jump out to the initial lead. Here comes 3D Darrell Rhodes coming out of turn 2, trying to close ground on him. First time by the flag stand. Let's check it out. Honish with the lead. Rhodes. 18K Tommy Honey. Right now in third out of... Tommy Honey out of Golinda, Texas. Got no idea where that is. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Bottom of number 2. All right, so the 18R of Tommy Honey out of Golinda, Texas, and I was like, okay, where is that? It is just southeast of Waco on Highway 77. So if you come out of Waco going south on 77, you come to Robinson, and then you come to Galindo, and then you come to Chilton, all those big cities on Highway 77. All right. Learn something new every day. Golinda, Texas. One lap complete, 7 to go. Honish with the lead in the 777. He can restart anywhere he wants. Tommy Honey staying right there with him. Brings it all the way around. Green, green, green on the restart. Darrell Rhodes in the 3D. Honey in the 18R. Honey coming up right behind Honish. Honish, Honey, and Rhodes, the law firm. And now Tommy Honey's got the lead coming down the front straightaway just past the flag stand. He snatched the lead away from James Honish. Darrell Rhodes, meanwhile, getting shuffled all the way back to 4th. As the 716 of Trey Votaw comes up into 3rd. I was wondering where Votaw was going to be in this race. Now he's worked his way up to 3rd, trying to chase down James Honish and move up into 2nd. Darrell Rhodes now finds himself in a critical spot there in 4th. He was riding 2nd early in the race. 39, Chase Ellison got to be scratching his head saying, what am I doing back here in last place? Normally has some great runs here at Cotton Bowl Speedway, but right now he finds himself in a mix of some great drivers out there and not hanging with the leaders. Tommy Honey down into turn 3 and 4. Going to come by the flag stand one more time as your race leader. Honish in 2nd. Oh, correction. Trey Votaw back up into 2nd now. He got by Honish. Honish dropping. And now Darrell Rhodes starting to challenge from that 4th position, trying to move up one more spot to 3rd. Votaw with a nice move on Honish on that last lap that I missed. Looked up and said, oh, there's Trey Votaw now in 2nd. You can't look away for very long from the racetrack. Somebody's going to pass another driver, just like coming out of turn 2, Darrell Rhodes. Getting by Honish, trying to push him back an extra spot. Rhodes wants to finish up in 3rd. 1 lap to go that time by Tommy Honey. Here comes your race winner, Tommy Honey out of Golinda, Texas in the 18R. Trey Votah second. Third is Daryl Rhodes. Triple seven, James Honish, finishing up in fourth. Just by a nose, that third and fourth place was separated. All right, coming up next, your street stocks presented by Advanced Auto Parts. Up on the pole, 777 James Honish. Next to him, 714 Charles Melvany. Second row inside, 48 Dwayne Toyin. 39 Chase Ellison next to him. Third row inside, 87 Robert Danielson. 3D Daryl Rhodes. Fourth row inside, Robert Walton in the 10. 716 Trey Votah. Row 5 inside, 18K Tommy Honey. 225 Jeff Williams. And the sixth row inside, 56 Drake Pruitt. 729 Michael Votah, all scheduled to appear. Coming into tonight, your points leader is the 716 of Trey Votah. He's got 194 points. He's got a 15-point lead over your second-place car, the 3D of Daryl Rhodes. Actually, there's a tie for second. It's Chase Ellison and Daryl Rhodes, both at 179 points. And then back and forth, Charles Melvany at 166. So Votah, 15-point lead over Rhodes and Ellison. You folks at home tonight getting a good view of the Strawberry Moon. That's what they call it out there, Strawberry Moon, and beautiful over the Texas sky. We're ready to go 20 laps for the street stocks, and then our final main event of the night, the Texas Dirt Truck Series coming up. Let's see if we can knock out 20 laps in a row. Here we go. Down the back straightaway. Honish and Melvany on the front row. Going to bring it all the way around to the pink tire, just like they do on all starts of heat races and main events. Honish and Melvany coming around, and green flag, green light off and running. Street stocks, Cotton Bowl Speedway. Honish keeping that inside line, kept it low as your pole sitter. Jumps out early. Here comes Trey Votah. Dwayne Toyin in the 48 moves up into second. He started second row inside. Down the back straightaway, he shot up into second place and now giving chase on James Honish. Honish and Toyin into 3, into 4. It's a gaggle back there behind him with 5 and 6 cars together. .714 Charles Melvany staying up there in third. Honish doing a good job, biding his time. Dwayne Toyin always has a fast-moving 48 car. We got one way up on the wall, but he kept on going. No harm, no foul. Daryl Rhodes halfway down the back straightaway, a distant fourth in that 3D. Meanwhile, here comes the 10 of Robert Walton now challenging Daryl Rhodes. Melvany moving up on Dwayne Toyin in turn number 2. Melvany goes by Toyin like he's standing still. Now tries to move on Honish. Melvany trying to get that nose under Honish. Now he goes to the outside down into turn 1 and 2. Melvany slingshots around the outside of Honish. Honish holding his line. side by side. Now Melvin ekes in front of him just a little bit. Honish tries to keep it low, trying to drive less ground than Melvin, but that didn't work. Melvin got the lead. And once again, with these small numbers, I misidentified the driver. That's Trey Votaw, who's worked his way up from the fourth row outside in the 716, is your race leader. These big numbers, small numbers, really tough to see, especially when the cars have the same colors and same numbers. But Trey Votaw now has worked his way up to the front. My apologies to the Votaw crew. Want to give Trey all the credit he had for that great run to get by Honish and Toyne and Rhodes, Walton back there in the all-white 10. Votaw doing a great job separating himself. Toyne and Honish, door to door, side panel to side panel. Darrell Rhodes got the best view of it. Toyne edges ahead coming out of 2. Rhodes gets a little cockeyed there, nearly makes contact. Watch him in 3 and 4. Clean racing all the way around. Rhodes trying to move up an extra spot. Rhodes goes by James Honish down the front straightaway into turn 1. Triple seven James Honish into the inside tire in turn 3. Well, it looks like on the replay, and those of you watching on Race On saw the 10 of Robert Walton kind of nudge or get into the 777 of James Honish just a little bit there on the back straightaway, right about the direct propane service sign, and that got Honish a little squirrely out there, knocked him out of position. So the race director, who saw the replay as well, talking to the 10 of the Robert Walton car, letting him know, hey, sorry, man, you caused this. So the 777 James Honish just kind of confirmed what we were seeing on the replay. He was letting the official know that the 10 of Robert Walton did tap him and got him out of position and squirrely there and put him into the inside tire. Robert Walton, the 10, is going to go to the back. Lights are going out on the back straightaway. Honish gets his position back. Walton goes to the rear for causing that accident. Meanwhile, there goes your race leader, Trey Votaw. He can start anywhere he wants, and there he goes, off and running. Votaw having a really good race. Meanwhile, Dwayne Toyin back there in second gets into Darrell Rhodes. Rhodes and Toyin with a little contact halfway down the back straightaway. Watch him in turn 3 and 4. Getting a little aggressive out there. Not that they're doing anything on purpose, but everybody's fighting for a better finishing spot. That means more points and more money in the envelope. 7:29, Michael Votaw pulls into the infield. Eight laps to go, that time by the flag stand. Good run by the Street Stocks Texas Dirt Truck Series. On deck, oh, yellow, yellow, yellow. Well, it's a big old piece of debris out there that our officials picked up on the four-wheeler. Well, somebody's steel weight has fallen off their car. That's a big old piece of weight out there that could have done some damage to the underneath of any cars that went over it. Scoring tower talking to the drivers in their headsets, trying to give them the information on where they need to be lined up at. Everything looks good now. Trey Votaw was your main event winner At our last race, he's got the lead right now, picking up speed. Green, green, green on the restart. Votaw, Darrell Rose running it down into turn 1 and 2. Ellison, man, I haven't said that name a whole lot in this main event. He's worked his way up to third as he goes by Dwayne Toyin. Chase Ellison, 39. Nice movement by this young man, staying in the mix, staying in the groove, and holding third right now by himself, but he's got a couple of fast movers right behind him. Seven to go this time by the flag stand. 7 laps left in this main event as they have the Votaw car on cruise control. No real challenges. Darrell Rhodes a solid second. Got to be careful, though. Chase Ellison coming up behind him in third. Ellison out of Pflugerville, Texas, trying to chase down the 3D of Darrell Rhodes out of DeZetta. Now starting to equally spread out. Nobody really challenging right now. It looks like Robert Walton in the 10 challenging Dwayne Toyin for a top 5 spot. Watch out, contact. Don't push him out of the way, Robert. Walton trying to get right up under that Dwayne Toyin fender there. Nearly moved him out of the way in turn 4. Whoa, watch out, contact up in turn number 1. Yellow, yellow, yellow. As I was telling you, Walton was getting aggressive out there and tried to make a strong move on Dwayne Toyin and maybe just overcooked it into turn 1. I mean, I understand, Robert Walton had been sent to the back previously for the issue on the back straightaway. He was really grinding hard and trying to make up a lot of ground, but you have to be careful how you do it. And he got up under Dwayne Toyin's back fender a couple of times in the turns. Several of the officials saw it, and then he down into turn 1, just a little too much power. Got into Toyin again and took himself out of the race. Looks like Walton's going to be able to stay out there, but he was told to go to the back. Unfortunately, 48 Dwayne Toyin gets the worst for wear on that as he has to leave the track. Looks like he's done for the night. He did nothing wrong other than be in front of the 10 car. Once they go down the back straightaway, get ready to restart. 4 laps to go. On the restart, Trey Votaw wastes little time halfway down the back straightaway. Restarts with 4 laps to go. Green flag held high in the air as they go by the flag stand. Votaw, Darrell Rhodes, Chase Ellison, your top 3. Ellison's going to be in a dogfight here towards the end of this race as well. 18K, Tommy Honey moving on up, trying to challenge Ellison. Honey backs off into 4th down the back straightaway. It'll be 2 laps to go, this time by the flag stand. 2 laps to go. Next time by the flag stand, he's going to see a white flag. Trey Votaw. White waving flag. There he goes one more time around the track. He'll bring home a main event win. Darrell Rhodes second. Not much he can do about it right now. Chase Ellison third. Ellison trying to hold on. Here comes Tommy Honey. Tommy Honey down the back straightaway. Thought he saw an opening. Meanwhile, out of turn 4, here's your race leader and your race winner, Trey Votaw with the win. Darrell Rhodes second, Chase Ellison third, Tommy Honey fourth.
Top 4 front straightaway. Top 4 front.
And the 225 of Jeff Williams rounding out the top 5. Picking up the checkered flag for the ceremonial victory lap around the track. Trey Votaw started on the 4th row outside in the 8th position and worked his way up, and he snags a main event win. Good run there by Darrell Rhodes, a solid second place finish with Chase Ellison finishing in 3rd in the 39. Tommy Honey in the 18K in 4th. Well, we met him here a couple of weeks ago. There he is again in the winner's circle down on the front stretch. Round of applause, Trey Votaw with the win. Frisbee getting signed is going to come up over the fence line. Yep. There we go.
They're going crazy.
Hey, so Trey, I got a question for you. 2 weeks ago, you started in the 7th position, and you got the main event win. Tonight, you started in the 8th position, and you got the main event win. I don't know if you'll ever want to start up front again. I mean, tell us about this power plant and this car you got.
Man, starting up front, it is rough because you don't know where the track's at. I really do prefer to start a little bit further back. I started dead last time. I don't really want to start that far back. It made it very hard. But, man, I've got a great car. Charles Melvani, he takes real good care of me. He gives me a really good car to drive. I don't know, man. I knew it was going to be bottom dominant, and all the cards fell in the right places. We was able to get there pretty quick. Them cautions, they were making me nervous. I didn't know if anybody was on me, and it just kept happening, but we was able to pull it off.
Well, there was a lot of action going on behind you, but you were free and clear of everybody. Tell us besides Charles, who else would you like to thank for this car and this ride tonight?
Man, I got to thank Zane, my dad, Jeff, Stormy, Charles and Tina, Ryan, Charles, Jake, the Bull Grunt, Curtis Helms, and his family came to help us. I got to thank my wife. She gave me the good luck Coctua before tonight. She's probably going to kick my butt for that, but
I hope she does.
but yeah, man, financially it's Charles. We don't have any sponsors, just Melvaney Motorsports. That's it.
Well, a great run tonight there by your car, and thanks to Charles for letting you drive that. Everybody give a round of applause one more time for your main event winner in the Street Stocks, presented by Advanced Auto Parts.